This is a great image of a respectable, classy, beautiful woman.
For you to point out this well-dressed sister here to make me feel some type of way about myself becomes a problem.
Let me get you.
Reason I have never said I do is because I don't.
I've been married, and I couldn't sign up for bad sex.
Test drive.
So if we enter a relationship with anything that's about me, then I don't believe that we're ready.
Welcome to Single on a Saturday Night. Thank you for joining us. We have been doing this consistently for 7 months now, and I'm so happy that everybody joined us. We're at 20,000 views plus on YouTube, and everybody that watches us on Comcast Channel 66 and Channel 966, we appreciate you. So welcome. Thank you for watching. I am Shelly Williams, a.k.a. Shelly Shell, for those who need to know that. I am single, have been single for a few years, and my goal is to not be single. And I'm going to pass it to my left first.
How y'all doing? My name is Joe. Oh, let me not talk too loud. My name is Joe Carter. I'm single. Been single for a little while. Well, a couple of months now because my wife passed away. So now I'm single, trying to get it in, see what's happening. Got some pretty ladies in here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me pick somebody out. Nah, let me stop kidding. Nah, but I'm just here, supporting my girl Shelly Williams.
Hi, everybody. I'm Danielle Patterson. I've been here since the beginning. Very excited that we're continuing to grow and keep it going. I am single, but I'm always happily dating. It just don't never seem to work out.
Hi, everybody. I am Tasha. I am new school, aka mascot, whatever you want to call it, and I have a boyfriend, but I like to call myself single because I am. But yeah, whatever.
You marry you? Are you married?
Not yet.
Then you ain't say you do, so you don't. That means you say so.
The definition for single on Saturday Night is not married. No matter whether you have a boo, somebody you squeezing up with, whatever. The definition of single is just not married. When you go to fill out an application, single, married, separated. It never says, do you have a boyfriend or girlfriend? So,
well, wait a minute. Sometimes she put separated. They ain't even get married, and she already separated.
Oh, no, she separated. She separated from another person.
Oh.
from her.
If you got a boyfriend or girlfriend, doesn't that mean that?
It means you're single. You're not married.
You're single. That means you're dating.
You cannot file taxes with that boyfriend unless y'all common law or something. But
there's no such thing as common law in the state of Pennsylvania. It expired in 2003. That is my legal advice for the day.
That's her legal advice. That's Danielle S. Patterson, Esquire, y'all. Just in case you didn't know. I wanted you to know. I'm sorry. Thank you, but go ahead.
How y'all doing? Good. First of all, before I get into even saying anything, I need y'all to give yourselves a round of applause, just simply because I see some old school players in the building. I see some fine, and I mean fine ladies in the building. So, yeah, it's called Single on a Saturday Night or Afternoon. Which one is it?
Afternoon.
We're afternoon
It's actually
okay.
single all
Afternoon.
the time, but, that's just the name of the show.
Got you. I'm following you. Well, my name is Evan Elliott. I'm a singer, model, actor. I'm fresh off the finale of Take Me Out on Fox with George Lopez. It's a dating show. You're one guy, and you have to impress 30 women that you're the perfect guy to date. But that's
how'd it work out?
Did it work?
Well,
how'd it work out? Okay, I just want to know.
Well, of course I put that swag on. Yeah, I got a date. What's wrong with you? Anyway, but then what happened? But then what happened? Well, you know what happened. Do you really have to ask?
Yeah, I do, because you right here with me. So
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. But anyway.
Did it work out? Or it didn't work out? How'd it go?
Some things are just for television, my man. So
okay.
That's what happens sometimes. But most importantly, I'm here with this gorgeous woman right here, Miss Shelly Williams, and that's all it's about. I mean, everybody else is cool, but it's all about
you got the job. You here. You ain't got to do all that. I'm just kidding.
But anyway, I'm gonna pass the mic over to the right, y'all.
Hello, and welcome. I am Michelle Renee. I am an entertainer. I am single with no children. I am an entertainer supervisor as well as an author, but currently in Macon right now as we speak. Shelly invited me. I've been here for about 4 months now, and I'm thankful that I'm still here. So thank JT and Shelly. Shout out to y'all.
I am Pastor Chris out of Jersey. I am married, but I consider myself a relationship expert. She's home with my 6-week-old daughter, number 6, at 40, still pushing them out.
He bragging on this.
She's 40 or you're 40?
I'm 40.
Okay, well, you ain't pushed nothing out.
I had to push out the seed in order for it to get to the age.
That wasn't hard to do.
I had to push it out.
You put a lot of work in, bro.
I had to push it out.
You put a lot of work in at 40 years old, man.
That's right. That's right.
How do you know he put a lot of work? Gonna take one pump, boom.
I mean, really? Do you know how many women I know that got married and they got pregnant and said, I wasn't even sure we had sex? Stop it.
At 40, it takes a few more pumps, man.
Actually, no. Depends on you.
One pump he done. Anyway, we're going to get to the topic. The topic is hot. You know, we've had Nikki Feltz, who's the resident expert on the panel for like the last 7 months, and she's talking about polyamorous relationships. Polyamorous relationships is more than one relationship. She's going to really explain the whole definition, but we've heard her side of the story, Miss Nikki Feltz. We want to hear her husband's side of the story. I don't want to introduce his name because, you know, I want him to say his name because, you know, he has to tell the side of, so she's married, he's married, they're married to each other, however, they're dating. So we want to find out his side of the story to this whole polyamorous lifestyle. Finally. We finally get to...
How y'all doing? My name is Jason. I'm DJ Smooth, True Blue Productions. Shout out to my frat brothers of Phi Beta Sigma. Plug. Really, my wife and I have been together for 22 years. We've been married for 17 years. And to be honest with you, we view sex differently than a lot of people. We're more of out-the-box thinkers. In our viewpoint, sex is a means of pleasure, a means of enjoying your life, and a means of enjoying that pleasure with another person. To us, marriage is not so much about worrying about who you're sleeping with. It's more so the honesty, communication, and the trust that you build among your mate or your spouse. So in our opinion, really, when you're sleeping with someone else, you're not cheating if your wife or your spouse is well aware of what's going on and are comfortable with that. And in my opinion, you really have more to risk if you're not honest with your spouse or your mate. Everyone here desires sexual gratification, whether it be with their spouse or with another person. It goes through your mind. You can't deny that fact. The bottom line is you choose to do with that thought what you choose to do with it. And as long as you're honest, open, and upfront with your mate, there is no cheating.
Well, Jay, I don't think that is really necessarily what we want to hear about or to talk about is about whether or not you're cheating. Whatever the relationship is that we've understood and we've got to grow and learn about the polyamorous lifestyle and relationship only from the female point of view. And so the question is more for you. As a man, how does that work out, number one?
Wonderfully.
Number two, well, I'm sure it does.
Wonderfully.
But I want to know, how does that work out? How do you feel about the fact that you know that your woman, your wife, is out there sleeping with somebody else? Potentially.
Potentially. We have a comfort level that you have to build up with that person. So my wife is not at a bar trying to pick up men. I mean, it's not like that. It's more so, what? Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying, it's not so much that she can just go out and sleep around and be with a whole bunch of different gentlemen. For me, it has to be a comfort level that I have with that person. You know what I mean? I have to really feel comfortable with someone else for me to feel comfortable with her dealing with that person. And so that's really how I approach it.
Well, in the marriage, and when you go out to deal with some people, I mean, we're talking in the world where it's a lot of disease, and I know you're safe, but is it a safety factor? You have to, the rule is once you go out, you have to use condoms, you have to make sure. Do you test the people that you with?
Absolutely, yes. We we practice safe sex, and we're also not that promiscuous. Believe it or not, there are not a lot of dudes that meet that criteria. There just isn't. It's just not a lot, and females even. There are not a lot of women or men that we choose to deal with. Because if you think that my standards are high, they're nothing compared to her standards at all. Not even close. And you also have to pass that test for more than one person. So in that respect, you have even more of a challenge to try to get into our relationship and get into our marriage or our situation and deal with us on that level.
Well, we're going away for break, but when we come back, I want to know what the initial contact with somebody. Like, you go, listen, I'm married.
Right.
Now, why am I touching you? I'm sorry.
I was enjoying that.
I think you liked it.
Look, listen, I'm married, but I'm digging you. I want to know what the initial contact is. But we're going to go to a break. We want to check. Thank you, DJ Romy Rome, 88.1. We had an opportunity to go on there right before the show this Tuesday. He's on there every Tuesday at 9 o'clock, and we will be on there every fourth Tuesday at 9 o'clock on 88.1. And we also want to thank Q's Hair Boutique, and of course, Just for Gents in the back. So everybody who supports us, we thank you. We're going to go to a break right now, and you better come back. Keep watching. Single on a Saturday night, right?
Want to advertise your product or your service or your event right here in between the hottest show in America? Give us a call at 215-843-1984. Give us a call. If everything's a go, we'll have your commercial advertised on the next show. This program is brought to you by Keya Graves Seafood and Steak Restaurant, located at 10 North 9th Street in Darby, Pennsylvania, right off of Main Street. We have Sunday brunch on Sundays at 10 a.m. We have a delicious seafood and steak menu, and host your next event, wedding reception, or party at Keya Graves Seafood and Steak Restaurant, located at 10 North 9th Street in Darby, Pennsylvania, right off of Main Street. Special thanks to Q's Hair Boutique, located at 5815 North Broad Street, Philadelphia, PA. Q's Hair Boutique is a full-service salon providing the star treatment for any occasion. Please don't look any further for your next hair appointment. Call Q's Hair Boutique. That's 215-668-9800. In true celebrity fashion, Austin Photography snapped beautiful candids of all the single on a Saturday night group. Austin Fine Photography is located at 4221 Main Street. If you would like to feel like a star, please call Austin Fine Photography at 267-297-7895. This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Greetings, my brothers and sisters. This is Pastor Michael Heath, Senior Pastor of Living Waters Ministries in Collindale, Pennsylvania, with your 1-minute inspirational segment for Urban Expressions. The Bible tells us that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, which simply means that God has created each and every one of us as individuals. We're not like anybody else. We're not supposed to be like anybody else. That's why when you look around, there's nobody that looks like you. There's nobody that's quite like you. It's not a mistake that you are a one of a kind. So what God wants you to do is to build a relationship with Him, not based on what others think of you, but based on who you are. So come on out to Living Waters, where we try to create an atmosphere where everybody is able to be themselves, able to be an individual, able to engage in that place with Christ. It doesn't matter where you've been, what you've done. I say every Sunday that God never stops loving you. So it's just a matter of coming to a place where we can communicate with Him. So join us every Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m., Living Waters Ministries. We worship in the main sanctuary of the Collindale First Church of the Nazarene, 212 McDade Boulevard, Collindale, Pennsylvania. Check us out online at www.livingwaterspa.org. I want to see you in the place as we engage in this journey together. Come to Living Waters and let the wave overtake you.
Welcome back to Single on a Saturday Night, right here at Keya Graves Steak and Seafood Restaurant, 10 North 9th Street, Darby, Pennsylvania. We're talking about polyamorous relationships. I really wanted to know the definition too. So once you answer the question of what the initial contact with your potential mates are like, tell us about that. But also explain what polyamorous really is.
Polyamorous is defined as the ability to love more than one person. Very simply. I do believe you can love more than one person. I believe in that. And I believe that you can love more than one person and still maintain that love for the person that you were truly in love with first. I don't see any difference or any reason why you can't. Because you love your children all the same.
Yeah, you love your children all the same,
Now,
but it's a whole...
It is different. It is different. It is different. But to me, as long as the level of communication is there and the level of trust is there, there's nothing I would do to hurt this woman, ever. If she said tomorrow, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, it's a wrap. No problem at all.
I mean, but when we look at men, I mean, I'm not dogging any men. I love men. But when you look at men in general are the ones who like to go out and do their thing. And they're the ones that, you know, not that they're always the ones cheating, but we see that a lot. But it seems like you got the best of both worlds. I mean, that's what I see.
Sometimes I do, but of course I have to sacrifice in some cases too. She may deal with somebody that, you know, I'm like, wow, do I really want my wife to deal with that person? And then I have to think about it like, wait a minute, you know, my wife deserves to have fun. My wife deserves to be happy. My wife deserves the best in life. And you only get this journey once. No offense to all those that believe in the afterlife, but go ahead, I'm listening.
I have a few questions.
Sure, go ahead.
First one, how do y'all choose a mate? And Shelly asked, do you get them tested? So every time y'all go outside y'all marriage, y'all testing someone? Or y'all testing that person? And have y'all fall in love with someone else? Because
Okay, that's two different things.
Are y'all dating other people or like threesomes?
We have, yeah, that's like 5 questions.
Well, I'm sorry, yeah,
first of all, to answer the first question, do we require people to test? Yes, we do. We prefer people to present some sort of paperwork saying that you're clean, and we still practice safe sex on top of that. So for me, that's like a no-brainer. You should do that as a single person. So,
that's right.
you know, what's the point?
Right.
That's not any different than anybody else and what they should be doing.
The other question, you said you want her to be happy, and do you want her dating that person? So you don't mind if she goes date someone, another man, and you don't mind if he dates another female?
We have done that. You want to answer that, or?
You know, like, hey, hon, I'm going on a date tonight, you know? All right, bye.
Well, you know, it really depends. Each case you have to handle on a case-by-case. I know me, I'm more spontaneous, I guess, than he is. So my thing is, I can be out, I can meet a guy, and he's like, hey, how you doing? Let's get a drink. I get a drink, and we had a wonderful time. Exchange numbers. I come home. It's more or less, honey, guess what I did today? Where with him, being a guy, it's a little different. He might be like, yo, I saw somebody at work. I think I'm going to ask her a number. I might ask her out. He's more, let's talk about this. Almost like, I want your advice. I want to make sure I don't say anything stupid type of thing, or I know how picky you are, or, you know.
But what about the person? I'm talking about the person who's clueless. I'm talking about you go up to this person, I'm clueless. If you came up to me and said, yo, I'm married, what about that person? I'm dumbfounded, like, what?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to approach.
I want my own.
There's a lot of different ways to approach that situation. It really depends on who you're approaching and the situation that you're in when you're approaching them. I don't walk around without my ring on anymore. I used to do that long ago. I don't do that anymore. I'll be honest, I hated it at first. I had to get used to it, get comfortable with it. But I walk around with a ring on. So for me, that's really simple. I don't have to worry about telling you I'm married because I'm not hiding it. And if you ask me, I'll tell you. But it doesn't change the fact that you were attracted to me and I'm attracted to you. And I explained myself to you up front. Isn't that better than somebody slide dogging you and getting you on a date and then whining and dining you and then saying, oh, by the way, I have a girlfriend?
But let me ask you this. How did this all come about? Like, I mean, like, obviously I met 22 years ago.
And we didn't start like that, right?
Right. So, like, did you come home and say, you know what, baby? I met this chick the other day, and she hot. And I'm thinking that maybe you should step to the side and let me do what I got to do, or did Nikki, did you introduce it, or were you like, you know what, you're not big enough anymore, let me do what I got to do?
Where did you throw that in there?
I'm just asking. How did it come about?
He is big enough, okay? That is not the problem.
Just in case anybody was interested in joining the relationship.
No, I'm just asking. I know because I'm curious.
That ain't gonna work with me.
Does everyone say yes to you?
I'm curious because I'm curious because I remember when I first met you, you said you were married and dating, so I'm just kind of trying to figure it out.
Okay, to answer your question, originally, I'm gonna be honest with you. My mother is a pastor. I grew up in the church. My husband was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. I forgot. I couldn't think about that. A Jehovah's Witness, and the first part of our lives, we lived our lives the way that we were the way that we were raised, the way that we were taught, and the way that we were, you know, taught to go about things. But in our marriage, if I can be honest, even though I love my husband and my husband loved me, the desire to see other people never changed. And the example I like to give is like when I was growing up, I love R&B. R&B is what I listened to. Then I started listening to hip hop. Then I started listening to neo soul. I started listening to love songs. I started listening to jazz. I started listening to smooth jazz. Listen to gospel. And so now someone's going to tell me like, okay, now you have to pick your favorite music of genre. And I would probably say, okay, hip hop. So now because you chose hip hop, I can't listen to any other music for the rest of my life. All I got is just hip hop. Every single day, hip hop. Well, because I love hip hop doesn't mean that I can't love R&B. So
that is music.
Yeah, but new artists come out all the time.
I'm using that as a way.
I don't think that's a good example.
You started off with saying you're a pastor's child. So if you went to the book of the Bible, it says do not commit adultery.
We're not on that topic
Okay,
today because I could give you scriptures that tell you that when a woman is on her period, she's supposed to be out in a cave, and I don't think any of us have a personal cave. So is 10% of your tithes is in the Old Testament too, and I see we practice that. So we don't want to go and talk about the Bible. That's a whole nother topic. But to answer your initial question, you know, we sat down and really had a conversation. You know, after cheating on my husband, after my husband cheating on his wife, the two of us, we're going to keep it real. Everyone thinks that infidelity is the end of a marriage. Everyone, when you're married, you are going to go through something. The problem is most people, when they're married, they don't like to go through it. They want the easy way out. They want a divorce. They want to throw it in. So when we start talking about our desires for other people, we decided that for us, it's not for everybody, that we would like to see other people but still be married and have certain rules.
So that's how it started.
Within our marriage.
Cheating on each other, that's how it basically started too.
Well, no, the cheating on each other brought out the conversations where, let's be honest, do we really want to get a divorce? Do we not want to be together? Do you really want to be with her? Like, what is it? No, I love you. I want to be with you. I want to be married to you, but I can't lie and deny and say, I'm not thinking about him, or vice versa.
Did you know about the polyamorous thing? Did you
No,
study that
actually,
afterwards?
excuse me, I lived it first, and then later on, like we do in life, we find out that there's actually a word and a definition for what you're doing.
Question for you is, sorry.
I just have one really quick question, and that is this just a phase, you think, and that you're going to move on at some point?
Is it a phase? Honestly, if I didn't like it anymore, it'd be over. If she didn't like it anymore, it'd be over. But we like it. I don't know why. You know, I don't know why it's so against the grain and everything, but we like it. It's fun. We enjoy our lives. We only do this once, man. And to be honest, I can't marry 6 different women. I can't deal with that. Like, it's just a lot. 2 women is a lot.
You're living that King Solomon lifestyle, huh?
But this woman right here, I'm gonna take care of her. I'm gonna love her. I'm gonna care for her, and we care for each other. And to me, if she's attracted to another dude, it doesn't threaten me at all, because this is what I have right here. This is not what's important. This is what's important.
You getting a free fill over there?
Do you ever have a fear that
of course
that other connection will evolve to something else?
Absolutely, it's a risk. I ain't gonna lie. You do roll the dice. You are concerned at times, but you have to have that security in yourself to know that nobody else is gonna treat your woman like you treat her. Period. And honestly, most of the dudes that want to have sex, they don't want to deal with that other part anyway. They don't want to romance and get a girl, and they just want the gratification of it. So for me, that's not a fear. That's not even a threat to me.
But Jay, when you come to that and you say that the other person, the other guy doesn't want that, let's think about this. Earlier you told us that there's inherently a difference between men and women in the way they relate. So let's just think about this. And you know, we live in the real world, and we know that women are more likely to be on the catch and feeling side. Men are very happy to play their position. A dude would be very happy to say, look, I'm just trying to get it in on a regular, and dudes like, bet, I ain't got to be whining and dining. This is my job. I can handle the job.
Excuse me, there is whining and dining.
I'm not saying that is what is your situation.
Just getting it
Whatever it is, the point is that I don't have to be responsible for your day-to-day emotional needs. I don't have to be responsible for your day-to-day fiscal needs. I don't have to hear about your kids if I don't want to. I can just be having a good time, and this is great. And a man, many men would very much accept that and think that's really good, because they tell us single ladies out here that they all about a relationship, but really all they want to do is have a good time. But Jay, and for women, those women that tell you I'm down with it, and you know 2 times after you hit, she done changed her mind all about that. She might not have told you she changed her mind. She might have told you that she was looking at it a certain way, but what happens when she done changed her mind? Now she want to try to make you change your mind, because that's the other thing. We know women, we sit here and we always say, I'm fine with it, and I'm going to coerce you in a little bit of way, using everything I can and manipulate the situation to my benefit. Then what happens?
We've been through it. We've been through it all.
So tell us what happened.
Wait. We're going to go to a break real quick. You got to keep that in mind. We got to go to a break. Single on a Saturday night right here at Keya Graves Steak and Seafood Restaurant.